I just ran out of room for comments under the description on my prior audio on youtube.com/@ symbol IAM WADEHEINEMN. I just went over to my parents' red and white barn home at 12:45 p.m. I was parked in the yard where I live, half mile north of Fairbank, all night in the van. I was beside the V68. I thought maybe that would be a hindrance for frauds to break in as I try to keep them out of my vehicle. Went through my meteorites, and disappointingly, they got in when they got into my van since August 9th. They cleaned me out as far as meteorites and valuable stones again. So I have 6 boxes full of them. I've been toting around for months now, a couple months, and all that effort was wasted because the douchebags got into the boxes and stole almost all the value. Like probably 80% of the value of what was in the boxes, and that's like 400 pounds of rocks. So that's why they've been driving around vehicles around me. Apparently, they've been stealing valuable stones and meteorites and paying for them via stolen stones and meteorites. I haven't given a single meteorite to anyone or valuable stone. I haven't given any away. I haven't sent anybody any gifts for months online, and $30 was the only gift that I've given online. $30 worth of gifts to a YouTuber because I valued her, what she was providing for information about the Philippines. That's the only reason I sent her anything. I haven't sent her anything since. It's months ago that I sent her anything. I don't have any communication with her. I don't have any communication with anyone other than my parents, as I've said over and over again. I go to cam model sites and go to the free chat sometimes. But other than I don't have any communication with them outside, any cam models outside of free chat as usual, because I don't log in since 2020, as I said over and over again. But I'm here at my parents' red white barn home since 12:45. I left home. Still towing the tow dolly. It's my mother's. I got a $2,000 loan for my mother to pay for the Chevy Express white van on August 9th. The first white van I've ever owned. It was indications about Lyric Cook and the other girl that was abducted when I lived in Waterloo. There was a white van that the business across from me owned. I never had any access to any white van back then. It was indicated there was a white van seen in the area. The business across the road had a sold commercial kitchen equipment. I don't know if it's still there or not. I think it might have been called Wilson's commercial kitchen. I don't know if it was Wilson's. Don't quote me on that because I went into there one time and asked them some question. Might have been about, why they had a white van sitting on the corner there. I don't remember, but it may have been after that abduction, and I was curious as why they were parking the white van right on the corner next to, cross diagonally from me. So I pulled my Chevy van into my father's shed here, and I'm going to repair the linkages on the front sway bar. They didn't turn out to be as dangerous, as I thought it might be, but it does add to the, the front end not being as easy to control if you hit a bump or something. So I am repairing those today. The frauds sabotaged those, as I stated 2 or 3 days ago. I don't remember what it was now. So I've got in my dad's red and white barn home shed here. And about 1:20 p.m., my brother Ryan came over with his silver Dodge Ram that he keeps over at the place I grew up. He rents ground from my father, and he owns some of it now that he bought because he's an engineer type. He has an engineering type job for tractor manufacturing. It's not engineering per se, but he and his wife have lived in that area of a half hour southwest of me and the business hub of this area for 10 plus years together with their 2 kids. That's my brother. I haven't spoken to him since Thanksgiving 2017. He poked his head in here and said with a backpack, and he said, I don't know if actually he had a backpack on him, but I saw he had a backpack when I looked out the window here, and said he was going to take Dad's truck that Dad said he could take my dad's white Dodge Ram diesel truck. I don't know why he needs that since he has his own silver Dodge truck, but he took that, and he looks a lot heavier than me right now. So he's 6'3", I'm 6'1". He's Ryan. He's my only brother. There's been indicated another criminal, Ryan, was connected to me in some way. No, there's no Ryan in California. The only time Ryan lived in California was summer of 1997 when he had a internship with a large software corporation out there. One you'd probably recognize. It's not the top 2 or whatever, but it's one that a lot of people would recognize. But I didn't say a word to him. My dad also. I don't respect my brother anymore, so I don't have nothing to say to him. So he's told lies about me since I was 20 years old, hurt my life, incalculably hurt my life. And the thing I have to mention is in 94, 95, he took out a driver's license in my name with his picture on it from the DMV. And I don't know why he did it to this day. He did not have a job at that time. I was working for Frito-Lay. So he acted shady. Every time I came home, he would take off in his Bronco 2 he had at the time, an orange and white Bronco 2. That's my brother Ryan. I never owned a Bronco in my entire life. I had a red 1990 Eagle Talon little sports car at that time, a little twin turbo car. It was pretty fun to drive. It was a stick shift. And I could still drive a stick shift as indicated that I couldn't. I could still drive anything. I can drive anything. I grew up on the farm, so I can drive anything. But I'm here in Dad's shed, going to put those 2 stabilizer bar linkages in. I unhooked the tow dolly. It's out by my dad's chore Jeep with his hatch popped. And I want to note that my dad left out a rifle in the shed here. I haven't touched it. I could see it. I mean, as soon as I drive in, it's laying in the back of the Gator. So it's not going to be ever out of my sight because it's right in front of where I'm going to be working. But it's odd that he left out a gun. It's usually don't see that. Maybe one other time I saw him left out a gun. I didn't touch it then. Not going to touch this one because I don't want any indications that I had a gun, especially when my brother was here. I kind of suspicious that he showed up when Dad left a gun out, but I didn't say a word to him. So that's my only brother. He's 6'3", a lot heavier than me right now. I didn't know what he looked like for years because I haven't talked to him since 2017 at Thanksgiving. We had the falling out when I don't believe that he didn't know something about my space interaction theory, my theory of the universe that I wrote at that time. It was indicated somebody patented or copyrighted my terms from back then, so I don't use space interaction theory anymore. I just say my theory of the universe. So it's within my rights to mention that. I can say that even if somebody copyrighted my words, I can say, I can mention that, I can refer to it. So that's within my rights. But I'm here with my Chevy van. It's got a huge ladder rack on top I'm staring at right now. And I'm going to repair the linkages that the frauds sabotaged a few days ago. Wade Allen Heineman, green eyes, not blue, 10.7-inch hands, 52 years old, 6'1", born 11/4/71, circumcised 1971, no changes since. Father, child, 1995, no changes since then. I don't want any changes. I am a man. I've never wanted to be female. I've never wanted to be a woman. Whatever your lies are, cowards. I've never been transgender. I've never been attracted to a male. I've never been with a male. I've never laid down with a male. I've never kissed a male. I've never been romantic with a male. I've never been intimate with a male. All of that is staged lies by cowardly criminals I wish were no longer on this planet and gone forever, because you don't do that to somebody. You don't pretend that they're a different sexual orientation than they are to destroy their fucking life. I don't know who these people are. I wish they were gone. It would help out my life so I could live a life if they were. So that's why I have those feelings about them. x.com/WADES2ND is where I've been posting. I need to cross out x.com/Wade yes off my signs in the front yard and on the back of my van, because I have not been able to get into it for 3 to 4 weeks. If anybody has been using it, it's the criminals who smashed the screen on my other phone, so I could not access those accounts 3 to 4 weeks ago. That's why I've not been able to get into them. So, I think that's all I need to address. I'm going to go ahead and fix the van here. I was behind Dad's shed for a little bit when I got here and gave the dog a couple treats and beef sticks from the Amish store that cost me 10 cents. They're expired ones, so she loves those. The white dog is my parents', and the little hound dogs that were on my property yesterday, I don't know whose they are. I had never seen them before, but they were being annoying as hell, barking, and if they did any damage on the place, I'm going to sue the people who own the dogs. Don't know who owns them. They seem to have been running free last night yet, too. I didn't get close enough and see their dog tags because I didn't want to, I didn't know if they were biting dogs or whatever, but they had tags on them, but I should have probably called it into the sheriff's department, but I didn't. If I see them again, I'll call sheriff's department, but I don't know whose dogs they are. I don't know anybody with a dog other than my parents. They're white dog Venus, they call it, and she's been around since like 2014. Yeah, so she's 2013, 14, so she's like 11 years old. She's starting to get senile a little bit, the dog is. But that's the only dog I have any access to or petted in the last 5 years, probably. I don't remember any other dog that have been around, so anybody claiming that, I don't know. Anybody calls me a dog, pet, cat, animal, or a robot is a cowardly, lying criminal. I don't know who they are. Indicated some fraud named James. I have no connection to anyone named James. There's been a Jim or James indicated the last few years. It's just a cowardly POS, fraud, thief, liar, criminal, coward, all those terms. That's who Jim or James is. Signing off, 10.7-inch hands. Never been in the military, never been married. Not had any sexual or physical contact in 6+ years, whatever the stage lies. Not had any alcohol in 2 years still. The little thing that looks like a fifth of whiskey I've been carrying around is sipping apple cider vinegar from the Amish store. That's what it is. It is not alcohol. I don't know what your surveillance garbage lies are, but that is sipping apple cider vinegar. It is non-alcoholic. Stop telling lies about me. 95% of what you jackasses spread about me are lies. And indicated Dan Boingoingo, or whatever his name is, on conservative radio has been, spreading lies about my situation. If that's the case, he's a coward using a platform like that to, denigrate someone who is on PTSD for 10 years or 8 years now. Probably I've had PTSD battling a network of frauds that break into my home. Come over here and face me face to face, and I will, if you don't have a gun, we just go man to man. I'll fucking put you down, Dan Boingoingo. Signing off, Wade Allen Heineman.